right, we welcome you to KSM Productions and today's broadcast of Youth Hockey, the final broadcast of this weekend. It is the 10U A Division Championship game between the Lysander Lightning and the Rochester Aces. Lysander Lightning entered this game ranked number 2 at 3-1 with 6 points in the standings, and the Rochester Aces undefeated so far in this tournament, in a perfect 4-0. Now with that, we will move on to today's pregame rundown. This one's a bit shorter than normal for a championship game. And Lysander are seeking revenge for their only loss of the tournament. It's a 6-3 loss to this same Rochester team on Friday. First game of the tournament for both teams. Rochester since then has just flat out dominating. You'll see why in a minute. Right now, Rochester, they're 4-0, I mentioned already, and in this tournament, they have outscored their opponents 24-6. That means beyond the first game, they have given up 3 goals, and they have scored 18 in 3 games. They're averaging 6-1 win every game, and we know they've scored much more than 6 in some games. And now Lysander, they have a big defensive task today. Lysander, with that amount of goals for Rochester, they have the most goals out of everybody in the division. And Lysander saw that firsthand in their first game, which was a 6-3 loss. We will now move over back to a live game to take a look at today's pregame stats. So, Lysander walking into this game. And it says 0-0-0 because that's the thing that we're looking at right now is championship game or playoff games. And then goals per game in Rochester averaging 6, Lysander averages 4. Goals against per game, Rochester only averaging 1.5, Lysander averaging 2.3. Rochester has the edge in power play goals per game, and however they do seem to take more penalties. He's looking at our leaders. Carson Hepburn is the goal leader for Lysander with 12 goals. Wells had a 7-point performance in the game this morning. And Jacob Rager is the goal leader for Rochester with 9. Assist leader for Lysander is number 82, Carson Hepburn with 3. And number 15, Connor Drader, leads Rochester with 7 assists. Point leader for Lysander, number 82, Carson Hepburn, and 7 of those points came in the earlier game today against the Armstrong Arrows, and Jacob Rager taking it at 1-2. They're tied at 15, which is tied for the most amount of points in the division. And penalty minutes, Chase Anderson with the most for the Lysander Lightning with 4.5, and Garrett Quigley with the most for Rochester. We will now head out of this screen and into the live game. Lysander will give you a nice view of the referees fixing the nets. Well, that looks like that net's already done, but Lysander is wearing their away white for this game, as they are technically the away team, as they are number 2. Rochester in their black. Lysander will start this game shooting from left to right. Rochester will go from right to left. Just waiting on the teams to get ready, and now they appear to be. Here we go. Rochester already lining up, getting ready to start this one. It is number 15, Connor Drader, on the draw for Rochester. He was matched up against number 82, Carson Hepburn, the top two players in points in the tournament will face off to start this game. And draw taken and won by Rochester, and this game is underway. Drader tries to carry this up. Boyle nudges him a little bit, and it's brought in by Rochester. And that pass goes off a skate. Hepburn picks this up behind the net. He'll pass it up, and it goes up to the point. That shot comes in, gets deflected a couple times in. Now an early opportunity for Rochester. This one goes up behind the net, and it's picked up, and they bring it the other way. Pass comes up. Hepburn sends it up, and it'll go back to the Rochester defense, who will turn this one around. Skating in the offensive zone, they take this in. Pass comes around and goes through Hepburn's legs and boils on this for Lysander. Rochester able to keep moving this puck through. And a early penalty as trying to see what's on. It'll be Cole Hawthorne heading to the box for Lysander, and our first power play of this game will go to Rochester. And a major opportunity for Rochester early on. A mere 44 seconds into this game. Draw taking the defensive zone, and there's a penalty box operator on their way to the penalty box. Karsten Hepburn will take the draw for Lysander. He's matched up against number 24 Jacob Rager for the Aces. Waiting on the penalty to appear on the board. It's still, now it is. No number up there, but we can live with that. Face-off taken, and it goes off of DeBono's leg, and DeBono will skate this one around her net. She sends this up. Spino gets the puck. His pass up was intercepted at the point and fired in, and gloved aside by Robert Austin. This comes around behind the net. Rochester trying to pressure it somewhere back there. Can't really see anything on that camera angle either. Here comes Spino, picks it up. That pass will make it just past the red line, and Rochester will try to step back up. This gets dumped in. DeBono back on this for Lysander. DeBono takes this. Gets tied up with number, I can't see what number that was. Comes up to the point. And they walk in. Shot coming in. That takes a deflection and goes wide. Luckenbach tries to fire this one up. She's unable to, and they'll take a turn on this. Passed up to the point. Shot comes in. It gets passed back down. And it gets sent through to the center. Save made, and the rebound goes wide. All right, Hepburn with this on the wall. DeBono now fighting for it. Matched up against Miller. Hepburn picks it up, and Hepburn will go for a skate. This will bring me up to another point here. For Rochester, they're going to want to limit Karsten Hepburn today. He's been dangerous, and he had all 3 goals against them in their first meeting. You'd be interested to see if Rochester tries to play physical on him to try to shut him down. This is brought in by that same Rochester team, and that pass is coughed up. Here comes Howard. Penalty is over. Howard fires this one into the offensive zone, and it'll go around. Pass up to the point was picked off, but Bona tries to stop down to keep this one in, and Spino sent it back to Bona. That shot goes off the side of the goaltender, and it will make its way around. Now pass back. They're unable to get it. Pass up to the point. It's picked up, and here comes Rochester with an opportunity. They'll break in. Coming down the near side. They'll wrap around. Tried to wrap around, and Lysander able to start to put some pressure on, and picked up by Baker, and Baker will skate this one on around. It was poked off his stick. Bona with this now for Lysander. He'll try to carry that one. Lysander bench wants a call. They're not going to get it. Meanwhile, Rochester continuing to skate around behind the net before this is finally picked up by Bona, who will make the pass to Baker to clear the puck. Baker will try to bring this one up the ice now. And they're trying to get this in. And this comes out the other way, and here comes Rochester trying to set up an attack. Spino with a nice backhander up, and this gets fired up and almost in the offensive zone. Now it is. Now, I'll play this, and this one comes back up to the point, and it'll make its way down the ice. It won't get all the way for an icing, though. Rochester defense will have to take over. Pass comes up, and it's collected by the Aces. Hepburn picks it up. He turns looking for Owen there. His pass was a little behind, and now an opportunity for Rochester coming in. Shot comes through, and it goes over Austin's head, and that's chipped up for Hepburn. Hepburn now gonna try to see what he can do early on, and that's poked away, but a couple of Rochester players falling over each other. Owen and trying to get this one on the wall. Hepburn tries to pick it up. He can't, and here comes Rochester back the other way. Good poke by Luckenbach. Pass up to Owen, and it's taken away by Rochester. Turn around. And Hepburn gets that, but it's blown dead for offside. So with 8:45 left to go. 8:43. Rochester with the advantage on shots on goal right now, 2-1. Face-off won by Rochester, and this one's thrown all the way down the ice. It'll become an icing. With 8:34 left to play here in the first period. Up front on the draw for Lysander, matched up against Schrader. Face off one. And now Hebron picks up the middle. Hebron's shot goes across the crease and wide. And Rochester will try to pick it up. They'll try to throw this one out of the zone. Held in by DeBono, who throws it back in. That's thrown back up again. Scalette picks this up. And Rochester are able to break out. And here come the Aces now with their first opportunity. That's past the middle. It's a breakaway for Rochester. They walk in. They make the move and score! It is Connor Drader. And Drader picks up his first of the game. He now is the point leader in the tournament. And it's 1-0 Rochester, not very long into this game. Good job by Drader there to get the separation needed. This is not what happened in last time. Last time had a 2-0 lead before Rochester was able to battle back. This time Rochester knows what to expect, and they're adjusting. That pass goes off a leg. Voda tries to pick it up. Now Bona back in his own end. And this one will make its way on net. And it's stopped and held. It's not going to count as a shot on goal, though. Here's up taken and one back. Picked up by Boyle. Boyle hits this one around. And now at the point they try to fire this in. Boyle takes it again. And a impact there made. Hawthorne tries to get it up. And here comes Spino walking in the offensive zone. Spino makes a move. And Spino's centering pass had nobody there. And a collision there. They're behind the net will give Rochester what they need to break out. Here comes Rochester breaking in the offensive zone. They'll make it through, cutting to the middle. A shot, save made by Austin, and it comes out the other way. Shot comes in, and it goes off the head of number 33, Dominic Miller. And here comes Lysander out the other way. That pass makes it up. And he'll go into the offensive zone where it is blown dead for an icing. So Rochester with the lead early on in this game. Up front matchup against Strader on the faceoff. Strader with the game's only goal. And I thank all 21 of you for tuning in today. Definitely a pleasure to be here. This comes along around now. An opportunity towards the middle. Centering pass. And that one is also stopped. A 3-shot sequence, all saved by Robert Austin. This comes up. And that pass is made. They're able to not get it out. And Rochester continuing to apply pressure. Ace is playing a very good early game here. It was off of Howard. And it's picked up by Rochester, who will try to skate in. A couple of kicks at it there by Drader. Drader brings in the offensive zone, and he'll cut around. Now the centering pass gets through, but nobody was there, and it's picked up by Baker. Now battle for it will continue. That's thrown up by Luckenbach to Heffron, and Heffron will go in a rush to 2-on-1. Heffron with Baker. Heffron elects to cut to the middle. Heffron makes the move, and a good poke check there by the goaltender. I can't see what number that is. It looks like that's Sebastian Sador in the goal to make that save. And now Rochester is going to try to carry this one in the other way. Here they come down the near side, cutting around the net. They make the play and out to the middle, and they were able to get one or two whacks at it. It comes along around. Another opportunity. Shot comes in, and it goes across the crease. Austin without a stick. That pass goes around. Baker tried to handle it, but it's picked up again by Rochester. Cutting around. Heffron, they were able to step in, and his pass makes it. And here comes Howard, who will elect to dump it in and get it a change. Lysander able to survive that pressure. And this one will come out the other way. Picked up by Rochester, who tries to move up. Boyle makes the pass over to Vona. Vona will skate this one up for Lysander, and that's poked away, and here comes Rochester out the other direction. But Lysander able to take this one right back. Squad tries to force this up. It comes to Owen. Owen will walk into the offensive zone. Owen sends this one in deep, and now the Lysander forecheck will get to work. This comes along. Pass makes it up, and now out a one-on-one developing here for Rochester. They're able to get around. Shot goes wide, but Rochester continuing to try to battle for this one. Lysander picks it up. It's Spino carrying this out. So he'll bump this around the wall, and then they'll make it up to Skelett. Skelett breaks into the offensive zone. Skelett makes a move to the inside. He evades my camera, and it comes down low. Skelett now of it again. Skelett looking, centering pass. It was poked away, and it comes out the other direction. They continue to try to pass for it. Locked up on the wall. Trying to find it somewhere in there. And Rochester takes it out. They'll turn right up ice. And here comes Rochester trying to get up. They'll try to break the offensive zone, but it's poked away there by Lokenbach, who will elect to dump this one in deep and dump it on net, where it is grabbed and played out by Sebastian Sidor. And that one will go offside. So 3:25 left to play here in the period. Faceoff comes on around and down to the Rochester end. Pass up and nearly intercepted by Heffron, but the ace is able to take this away. And here comes Rochester trying to break up. And they're able to get it into the offensive zone. Cutting to the net. Save made by Austin. And on the rebound, it did not go. And now Rochester falls over each other, but it's able to work defensively somehow. That shot flies in, and a glove save made by Sador, and he'll hold with 2:52 left to play in the period. Heffron on the draw. He takes it, and it's one back. Going to the... Wait, now Heffron shot on net. Save made. Rebound, they dig it in. Third try, went off the post. And then that got dislodged. Lysander thinks it was in. That went off the inside of the post and out. And the aces survive, and I forgot to stop my clock, so I'm about 11 seconds behind. I'll reset that. Rochester getting a little lucky. But that was a great first two saves there by Sador. Face off one back by Heffron, and it makes it to the point to Boyle. And it's picked up by Rochester, who will skate out the other way. And it's a 2-on-1 developing for the Aces. And the 2-on-1 develops into a breakaway. They walk in, score! It's put over the shoulder of Austin, and Rochester takes the 2-0 lead. Number 24, Jacob Rager with the goal. And the Aces will pick up another one. 2-0 here in the first period. Pass comes up. Bona will take control of this. Bona walking around, makes a... Hold on. Bona takes it again. Makes a nice move around, and here comes Cristiano Bona. Bona headed up ice. Bona will make the long pass up to Baker, and it's just through... It looks like it went like between his stick and his legs, and it'll become an icing with 2:10 left in the period. Good start for Rochester. This is a 2-0 goal, 2-0 lead at the moment. Face-off taken, and it is won by the Aces. Pass directly back to the point. Shot gets blocked on its way in. They'll battle for it on the wall. Rochester picks it up. And centering pass there comes through. And this one will make it up to the Rochester defense, who will reset. That pass makes it up. Spino's got to stay on side, and he's able to. This gets dumped into the zone. Minute 45 left in the first period. Pass comes up, it takes a couple of deflections, and it goes through, a Lightning player. And here comes the Aces back in. Shot goes across the net and wide. And it will make its way back out with about minute 28 left in the period. Final 90 seconds of the period. Lysander trying to not give up another one. And Rochester making that difficult. Shot comes in, save made by Austin, and he holds it. Rochester 13 shots on goal so far. Minute 18 left. Face off taken to one by Heffron. That goes right on that again, and it's stopped and held by Austin with a minute 14 left to play here in this first period. Rochester with a double the shots of the Lightning at the moment, and that one sails high, and it'll be played by the Aces trying to get this one around. Just over a minute to go in the period. They try to dump it back in, and it'll go down the ice, but it won't make it for an icing, so Lysander will have an opportunity to forecheck onto it. This comes up, and it'll make its way out of the zone, picked up by Scalette. Scalette will try to carry this in. He'll make a move, and it's poked away from him, but Scolette's still on the puck. Battle for it on the wall, and the Aces will try to skate around their net. Aces still have it. Heffron tried to get on it, but they're able to get, but Ranger was able to get rid of Heffron. And here goes Ranger up the ice, trying to go through everybody. Ranger from the outside makes a spin move, and the pass was blocked by the Bono on his way in. Battle for this one with 20 seconds left. And now it comes out to the middle. Shot! And it was finned on. Now Lysander had an opportunity to break out, but it's still held in by Rochester. Good offensive pressure by the Aces. Final 5 seconds of the period will take off. Lysander clears. And that will do it for the first period. Lysander with a 2-0 advantage as we head to the second. I will be back in a moment. Thank you all for tuning in. Okay, there we go. Had some audio issues there. I'm not really sure what happened, but refresh everything. It seems to be back now. Anyways, just a minute gone by. Not much happened so far. No shots on goal or anything. This pass comes up to the point it gets fired in and it goes around. Picked up by Boyle, and that pass goes off a skate and it will make its way back into the Rochester zone. Pass comes back up, and here comes Rochester breaking into the offensive zone. They'll try to get by. And one tries to get back to the point. Heffron tries to get a stick on it, but Rochester able to keep it in. Rochester still with the puck, and that's picked off by the Lightning and taken out. Pass to Heffron is successful, now to one-on-one. Heffron will come in. Heffron makes the move to the outside, burns one defender, shoots off the post again! Heffron is second post of the game, and I'm sure that'll be a fun question to ask him on the car ride home. Anyways, this comes over, and a Rochester player hit his own teammate. They kind of ran into each other. Anyways, this puck comes up. This comes up, and that Rochester opportunity. They walk right in, shot, score! And this one is 3-0. I'm not sure why my dad turned the camera away right after the goal happened, but Rochester picks up the third goal. I can't focus with this guy standing with my dad over here on camera next to me. This is not good. 3-0 Rochester. And Lightning gotta get something going here. Here comes Heffron in the offensive zone. Heffron makes a move through. Heffron backhander across the center, and it goes well. And I realize now I just forgot to add the shot on goal for that last goal. Oh, that's the wrong camera. This comes over, and here comes Rochester in the offensive zone. Pass taken around, they'll battle for it. And here's Rochester at the side. Bona trying to, I would say, very slow little tussle happened there behind the net. Ace's kid gave one more shove to Bona. Anyways, that one results in a shot on net, which is stopped and held. The bad luck for Lysander continues in this one. They've hit 3 posts so far in this game. Carson Heffron on with 2 alone. This comes out around, and it's Skelett on this one. He tries to hit it up. And it's passed up to the point. Pass comes to the middle, and it's deflected away. Owen with it. Owen will survey her options. And she'll skate this one up. But Rochester able to get back to play it. Shot comes in, and that one is gloved and held by Austin. Lysander with Lysander's has played a pretty solid game defensively so far in this one, and Rochester's 3 goals have mostly come off of just bad bounces and bad luck. So this pass will make it around, and that's another thing. The puck luck has not been there today for Lysander. They're gonna try to change that, and here comes Lysander up the ice. Skelett will try to break through. Skelett does break through. He's knocked down. We got a penalty upcoming, and I turned my delayed penalty thing on way too late. And so Lysander is going to get their first power play of the game. It'll be number 10. And Elijah Reed headed to the box for the Lightning. For the Aces. Lysander on this. Lysander on the draw. It'll be Carson Heffron lined up against number 24, Jacob Rachel. Face off won by the Aces, and this will get knocked around the boards. And Rochester will immediately break this down. Rochester's going to turn this into an opportunity. They walk into the offensive zone. Cutting through, shot! And that one was, I think that went wide. It comes out around. And here comes Lysander trying to skate this up. They are unable to, and this will make the play, and it comes out. It's offside. So Ace is able to kill off 2 seconds on the penalty. 8:28 left to play here in the period. Face-off taken and won by the Aces forward. Rochester tries to break through, but it's poked away. And this pass goes up to the Aces defense, and they'll turn around. Picked up by Lysander. It's Hawthorne with a pass up, which is picked off. Heffron tries to get back, and he's able to. And it comes up to Anderson. It's Jace Anderson in a 1-on-2, and he has it poked away. And now Lysander trying to bring this back up the ice, so it makes it up. Brought into the offensive zone. It's taken down, and here comes Rochester picking it up again. And that will get by, and here comes Rochester bringing the offensive zone. Shot goes in, and it goes wide. However, the puck's still sitting there, and Lysander able to take it up. 15 seconds left on his power play. Great penalty kill by the Aces. Bona picks it up. Lysander are going to have one last gasp on this power play, and Heffron will pick it up to try to break it in the offensive zone. He cuts around one, goes to the outside, he'll elect to dump it in, and Lysander will make a couple of changes. Centering pass through! Howard with it! Her shot did not go, and it comes out around. 7:10 left here in the period. Penalty is over. Lysander changing. This is played around, this gets fired in. That comes up, Lysander continuing to try to play this, and this is brought into the offensive zone by Baker, who had it poked away almost immediately, and it's just cleared down the ice. De Bono with it. De Bono makes the pass up, and that's caught, and it's Baker now with an opportunity. Baker coming up. Baker cutting to the middle, and he had it poked away at the last moment. Howard are trying to take this one away, and a lot of Lysander players trying to take this one away. Too much stick handling becomes offside. So with 6:19 left to go in the period, just under halfway gone by here in the second, and the person who's doing the scoreboard here has not kept track of shots on goal and has not changed the period number. So that's nice. Anyways, picked up by Howard. Howard will make her way up the ice, tried to backhand that one, and it was intercepted by Rochester. And the Aces will try to bring this one up the ice. Baker with it. Baker makes a pass over to Boyle, and Boyle will try to put a body on that one. It comes through. It was blocked by De Bono. Boyle will send this one up the wall. Howard will chip this one up and out of the zone. And this is picked up now by Spino. An opportunity for Lysander. Spino walking in. Spino shooting. He scores. And Lysander picks up their first of the game, Rocco Spino. And it is 3-1. Lysander with life now here in the second. Now the question is for Lysander, how do you respond? You've got your goal. You got the one you need. You got to respond now. You got to bring this. You got to continue to ride this momentum off this goal. And if you're the Aces, meanwhile, you're going to want to try to stall their momentum out. You just want to take the offensive possession, which they do, and they walk right in. And the Aces are going to score right back. And this one is 4-1 Rochester. Big goal there for the Aces. That'll ice Lysander's momentum. Face-off taken and won by Rochester. This comes up. I'm sorry about that, everyone. We had a bit of a technical issue there. It seems to be fixed. I mean, this rink's internet has just been screwing everything up all weekend. Well, welcome back. Anyways, thank you all for tuning in. I forgot to mention this earlier, but I certainly appreciate your presence here. And here comes, midway through me thanking you guys, Rochester broke in the offensive zone, but it was poked away. This pass comes around, and it'll make its way up to the point, fired in, blocked away, and this is set back up, and Heffron tried to get a stick on it. It's poked away, and it goes offside. So with 4:29 left in the second period. Also, if you all would like to say anything in chat, please feel free to do so. I will read your chat and I will interact with you. If you have a question or anything like that, if you have a comment, feel free to leave it in the chat. I'm always looking to improve. This one gets sent in deep. And Rochester will try to take this one around their own net. They're able to. This gets fired up and it will be stopped at the point, but Rochester, a good couple of poke checks, are able to force this one out of the zone. Anderson there they're knocked over. One of the Rochester kids, there's a penalty, and it's going to be on Rochester. So they're going to get number 15, Connor Drader, for the retaliatory slash, and Lysander will head to the power play. J.C. Anderson shoved them down behind the play, and then Drader slashed back, and they'll get him for the retaliation. I mentioned this in the game earlier, officials are always looking for the retaliation. You're never going to get away with it. And the ref says, if you're down on the ground, there's somebody standing over you. That's where most penalties are likely to occur. They're always going to be looking there. Picked up by Luckenbach, makes the pass over, and here comes the Bono firing this into the offensive zone. That's intercepted, and Rochester will try to skate this one around their net to kill time. They're able to skate this around the net, and they're able to almost get it out, but Lysander keeps it in. Heffron with it. He's taken down. They'll try to hold this one in, and it's blown dead for offside. Interestingly enough, the scoreboard in here says 99. I'm not all that sure what that's about, but my guess is that's not intentional. Anyways, according to the score, there's 93 seconds left to penalty. I don't think that's the case. This one will bounce around, and Lysander will hold this one in at the point. There we go. Now it's fixed. So there is 45 seconds left on this penalty. Brought up the ice, pass made to Heffron, and it goes through his stick, and it will become an icing. Face-off taken and won by Heffron forward. He makes a pass, and it goes off of it looks like it went off his shin guard. And with 25 seconds left on this penalty, Lysander will try to get something going. That pass comes around, and Rochester will break it right out. And now a 2-on-1 developing for the Aces. They break into the offensive zone. They walk in, the shot trickles wide, and it's picked up behind the net by Baker and brought forward. Bona takes this, and his pass is touched by Heffron. It will make it all the way down, just as the penalty expires, with 2:27 left in the period. Face-off taken. I'm trying to find this one out the middle. Bona throws this one up, and they're able to wrestle it out of the zone. But Rochester will send it right back in. Bona picks it up. Makes a long pass out. That'll come away. They try to get on it, and this is fired in deep, and that's gloved and held by Austin. It's a 20th shot and goal of the game for Rochester. This one comes along up, and they're trying to get the clock number started here on my screen. This one comes over, and Rochester try to bring it to the middle. An opportunity for the ace. Shot from the outside, gloved and held by Austin. It's the 21st shot on goal of the game. .140 left here in the second period. Rochester a 4-1 lead over Lysander. Face-off taken and won. They try to get up on this. Picked up and sent off the boards and almost out. And now an opportunity for Rochester developing. Shot in, save made by Austin. And Rochester continues to hold offensive possession. This is down the wall. Opportunity for the Aces. They'll try to make their way around. DeBono picks it up, and she'll make the pass up and out of the zone and over the stick of the Rochester defender. Picked up by Rochester, but Howard takes it away. Bunch of people falling over, and here comes Rochester back up the ice. From behind their own net, they will skate up. Getting through one. They'll try to get through two. They're able to. Shot from the outside goes through the crease and wide. And this comes over. Pass up to the point. Shot comes in. It gets deflected around. And this gets cleared out the other way. Picked up by Hepron, who will walk up and out. Hepron walking through. Hepron will shoot it. Gets deflected off a couple of skates and comes out the other way. Battle for this one as it's picked up by Sclett, who hits this around. And they'll make this, and they'll make it out. And here comes Rochester up the ice again. Trying to break into the offensive zone, but it's blown dead for interference. And it will become a Rochester power play. Cristiano Bona will head to the box for interference. Rochester an opportunity to deliver a very important back-breaking goal. There were 7 seconds left to go in the period. They'll have the first minute and 23 of this third period on the power play. And this draw taken by Hepron. Lined up against Jacob Rachel. This goes through, send up to the point. They'll try one shot off the post and out. A great arcing shot, but that is the end of the second period of play. Lysander with they're trailing 4-1 on great period there for Rochester. That's exactly what they needed. They're able to expand the lead and weather the storm of Lysander trying to shift the momentum. We will be back in a moment. Thank you all for tuning in. All right, we're ready to get back to the action here in the third period. Rochester with 13 minutes away. They need to keep this 3-goal lead, which they've played a great defensive game so far, only allowing 8 shots on goal. So Rochester will see if they can continue this. Spino breaking the offensive zone shorthanded. Back pass to Anderson. Anderson shoots it, and it's taken away by Rochester, who will skate this one right out. And here come the Aces up the ice. That pass makes it through. Played by DeBono, and they try to pick this up again. Rochester player who fell down wanted a call. He's not going to get it. It's picked up by Spino, who tries to control this one, and it's nearly put into the Rochester goal by a Rochester player. Lysander will get their 9th shot on goal of the game off of a own shot on goal. And then that got knocked off in the process. So with 12:19 left in the period and 43 seconds on the power play for Rochester, which has not looked very good so far this time around, but we'll see if they can turn it around. Face-off will be taken here by Spino. And Strayer, wins it to the outside. The shot comes to the middle, and it's battled in some skates. That comes out, and here comes Lysander up the ice. Pass makes it through. It's tipped away, and this comes up and down the ice. Foreign icing, setting up a Rochester offensive face-off. .26 seconds remaining on the penalty. 12 minutes and 2 seconds in the game. Rochester out shooting the Lightning 22-9 so far. Spino on the draw, and he wins it back, and this comes up to the point. That's fired in, and it's blockered aside. Rochester there, their 23rd shot on goal. This one comes along up. And it's picked up the other way. Centering pass through was poked away. Now up at the point, Rochester will fire this one back in. It makes it wide of the goal and picked up by Rochester behind the net. They'll try to set up again. Drader, penalty is over. He looks back for his point. He's got his point. Shot comes through, and it will go through and wide. Vona now on this for Lysander. And this will be cleared out by the Lightning. Just over 11 minutes, just about 11-15 left to play here in the third period. And it's picked up by Spino, who walks in the offensive zone, but there's an injury. Which did not seem to last for very long. So, 11:07 left to play here in the period. Face-off taken by Karsten Heffron. He wins it back to the point. Vona shoots one quickly. It makes its way on net, and it's stopped and patted aside. Lysander has their 10th shot on goal. And here comes Rochester breaking out. Here come the Aces into the offensive zone. It's a 2-on-0. They'll walk in, and they score! And Rochester picks up another one. And this game is 5-1 Rochester. They're able to get the 2-on-1 off the draw, and they put that away. Looks like that was number 15, Connor Drader, with a goal. And it is 5-1 Rochester. And Rochester beginning to expand their lead here at Tim Hortons Iceplex. Face-off won by Heffron. Or excuse me, won by Rochester. Heffron passes this up to Hawthorne, and it comes bouncing right back to him. His pass up to Hawthorne was a little ahead, and it'll make its way back. And the internet here has not been very kind to me today. As Spino is going to break into the offensive zone. Internet has not been very kind to me. The streaming software I use, which relies on good internet, has crashed multiple times during the stream, which is why it will randomly freeze these and then go over to that stream starting screen. So here comes Rochester back in the offensive zone. It comes through, shot there, sicked away. That pass comes up to the point. It's fired in on goal, and a catch and a save made by Austin. Rochester there. That's with 26 shots on goal on the day. Face-off will be, oh, that wasn't what I wanted to do. Face-off will be to the right of Austin. It's won by Lysander off to the side. Baker sends this up. It's intercepted up the point, and it's fired back down deep in. Rochester setting up a offensive possession here. Grinded that there by Drader. This one comes along, but it's taken away by Spino, who will send this one up for Baker. Baker will get it out of the zone, and it's poked up ahead by Owen. Rochester will throw this one back up, and here comes the Aces trying to break back into the zone. But they're forced back out, and then they're forced back in. Here comes Rochester again, walking in through one, through two, shot! And Austin got his glove on that one. And this will come on around now. Another opportunity here for Rochester. It's poked to the middle on that, and it's stopped. Rochester approaching 30 shots on goal on the day. 8:48 remaining in this game. Lysander with a 5-1 deficit. Rochester's played a strong game. And Anderson getting told to back up a little bit there for Lysander. Face-off taken, and it goes directly into the referee. Shot on goal. And the net gets knocked off again. This one comes along around. And they'll make it down. Rochester will try to break back in. And make a move over. Rochester trying to cut across. And that was passed through, but nobody was there on the back door to put that one home. And instead, Scalette takes this out of the Lysander zone. Heffron trying to force this one up through. It's taken away by Rochester. Heffron gets it back. He's brought down. And this one will come up the other way. Rochester breaking back into the offensive zone from the outside. They walk in, making a move to the middle. Couldn't get anything there. And this will go out. Rochester continuing to try to battle for it. And it comes out to the middle. Oh, played down by the hand. And Anderson coming in late with a shove, and he'll get a penalty for that. So a late shove will result in a penalty. It'll be Jace Anderson for roughing. $7:55 left to play here in the third period. Aces looking to extend their lead to 5. This comes around, it's sent through. Picked up by Rochester. Fired in, and it's gloved down. And bounces a little bit before coming back out. Lysander tries to throw this out of the zone. It's held in. And this one will come around the net, where it is picked up by Boyle behind her net. She'll bounce this around the defender. And it's picked up by Spino, who will skate this one up. Spino moving up the ice. He brings it through, and he's able to get this one sort of in deep before Rochester's able to get to the puck, where it's whistled down for offside. With 56 seconds on the penalty. Lysander in this game with a 3. Not sure why I actually meant to say that. I kind of forgot mid-sentence. Anyways, picked up around, and Rochester will throw this one up. Here come the Aces breaking into the offensive zone. Lysander takes this one right back. And then the Aces take this one right back. And then Lysander takes this one right back. Looking box pass goes up, and it'll make it to Spino. Spino in a 1v4 right now. Spino will make it through, and he's has it poked away. Lysander bench wanted a call. This one comes back up. They'll try to get this. That's picked up. Rochester dumps this back in. 20 seconds left on the penalty. This comes up, and here comes Rochester breaking in to the offensive zone. They'll come around from the outside, cutting to the middle. They're able to get it through. The shot, save made by Austin. And this comes up to the point, of Rochester will break. And they'll give it out. Penalty has expired. Anderson's back on the ice, and he'll head right to the bench off of the being released. Rochester kind of falls into the bench, or falls into the boards. This is played around, battle for this on the wall. Efron trying to ram it forward, and he's able to. And a penalty upcoming to Rochester. They'll try to pull this through, and the penalty and the sentence will be assessed as an interference call against Rochester. It'll be number 61. Elijah Johnson with the penalty. Efron on the draw for the Lightning. 5:59 left to play in this third period. Aces have done, if you're the Aces right now, that you have done exactly what you want to do. This is what I think their third period was ideally looked like for them, not letting Lysander get back into it. Boyle dumps this one back in, and picked up by Rochester, who will skate this one out. And Rochester are going to try to bring this one forward up. And that's poked away. The Aces will get back on side, and they'll bring in the offensive zone. They walk in, cutting around to the outside, and it's played along on the wall. And they still have it. Cutting to the middle, and the pass there was stopped. Another try was blocked on its way in. Third try makes its way on that, where it is stopped and held. With 53 seconds left on the penalty, 5:21 left. Face-off taken by Efron, and it's won by the Aces. Moves back around, shot! Save made there by Austin, and it will head up to Howard, who will try to get it out. It's held in at the point and dumped back in. 5:08 left here in the third period. I'm not sure what my dad's looking at right now. Oh, there he goes. Now he's back in frame. This comes up around. I brought into the... Oh my goodness. I'm unsure what the play was because the camera wasn't looking at it. My dad is falling asleep out there. Anyways, this comes around, and it will become an icing against the Aces. All right. 4:43 left. That appears to have calibrated his camera skills. Face-off taken and won. Back to the point, looking back, fires this in. This puts up on the outside, shot off the post! And they're unable to put the rebound by, and the bad luck for Lysander continues. Spino picks it up, he's brought down. And the Lysander wanted a call. Spino was pretty much blatantly tripped and no call. Now, I didn't really get a great look at it, but the Lysander bench thought was pretty blatant. Anyways, this comes up around. Here comes Spino, bringing the offensive zone. Spino cuts around, and Spino will pass it back up to the point where it's poked away, and now Rochester in a foot race for the puck. Rochester takes control of it. It's poked away by Luckenbach, who will fire this one back up with under 4 minutes to go here in the third period. Lysander changing in their defense, their offense, trying to control the penalty there. Or not control the penalty. What am I even saying? Trying to control Rochester back into their own end. Centering pass to the middle is made. Halter's got to find the puck, and he backhands it away into the corner, and this one will come out around. Lysander trying to hold this one in, but Rochester able to get it out, fired in. It's offside with 3:20 left in the third period. And Rochester with a and Lysander's going to get a bench minor, so it'll be a. Unfortunately, Jasper Squat's number is going to have to go up here because he's the person serving the penalty. So Scalette will have to look back on this and see his number up on the scoreboard. So Lysander will get a bench miter. I believe it was over that missed trip where Espino was taken down. This pass up to Heffron. Heffron now going to try to get up to the puck. And Heffron is there. Heffron cuts to the middle. Heffron shooting, and a save made by number 74, Sebastian Sater. And Rochester is going to walk right back in. Centering pass to the middle. And Boyle slid into the goal there. Lysander, they're trying to control this one on the penalty kill. Rochester looking to spread them out a little bit. Pass up to the point now. Pass makes it across. Back up to the point. And it's held in. And defender walking in. Shooting one. It gets through the crease and wide. They'll try to control this. Pass around. Good passing on the power play here by Lysander. Or Rochester. It's not a Lysander power play. I don't know what I'm saying. This comes up to the point where they'll try to body it. Anderson picks it up and he'll try to throw this one in deep. And it is offside. I would be surprised if you could not hear my dad on the microphone there. 15 seconds left on the penalty. 2:04 left in the game. This is brought into the offensive zone. It's Baker. Baker shooting one. It goes wide. Now behind the net. Howard tried to center it. Went off the back of the net. And here comes Rochester back out of the zone. Just under 2 minutes left to play here in the third period. And a penalty upcoming here to Rochester. And it will be assessed. And Lysander is going to pick up their third power play of this game. It'll be Connor Drader headed to the box for a trip. .139 left in the third period. Face-off taken, it's one back. Shot comes in and it goes over the net and wide. And now it's picked up by Rochester, who turns it up, and Rochester will bring this one into the offensive. They'll try to bring the offensive zone. They'll try to step through. It's taken away by the Lightning with just about a minute 20 left. And a stick goes flying in the air, and it's blown dead for offside. A minute and 3 seconds left on the penalty. 1:12 left in the game. Face-off taken to one by the Lightning, who tried to bring this in and try to get a move to the middle. It was poked away. Puck comes off the boards. Rochester trying to have a spotless final minute here as we have under a minute left in the game. This comes in. Rochester trying to take control of it. They'll work around the corner. They still have it. And they still have it. Little diving play there by Boilers. Comes up to the point. Pass across. Shot coming in. Save made. And held by Austin. So 38 seconds left to play. And 29 on the penalty. Final shift here for both teams. Face-off taken and won by Rochester, who will try to control this one off to the side. Battle for this on the wall. And the 25 seconds. Rochester continuing to just try to kill time. 10 seconds left in the penalty. This one will come up, and Rochester will just throw this one back in. Final 15 seconds of this game will tick off. The Rochester bench looking pretty happy. We got 5 seconds left now. And final few seconds will tick off. And Rochester has won the Rochester Winter Classic. I almost called it the Western New York Winter Classic. Rochester wins the championship game by a final score of 5-1.
Scared me for a second.
Lysander there with a tough battle throughout that game, but they were able to. Rochester they had a great game. All right, there was another example of the internet being horrible. There a moment ago, Lysander falls in this one 5-1, and that is your final. We will say thank you to you all for tuning in, and we will see you next time here on KSM Productions. Thank you all, and goodbye.